Hello everyone, welcome to Malkeet Singh Academy. This is Jaskira Singh here. Today in this video, I'm going to share with you that how you can use Google Sheet in mobile, as we are using Google Sheet and it is a very great application for sharing your sheets and collaborate with teams and other people. But when you are using it in mobile, it is very hard to do and a lot of complication comes along. But I'm going to share simple methods that how you can use Google Sheet in mobile and save a lot of your time. So I'm going to divide this video into different timestamps so you can switch to any particular topic that you want to see. So without wasting any time, let's start this video. And if you are new to my channel, I keep posting these kind of videos related to computer science and computers. So don't forget to subscribe. So let's start this video. So guys, first of all, you have to install this application Google Sheet in your mobile. I'm using Android mobile, so I'm going to go to my Play Store and search for Google Sheet. So this is the application, guys. You have to search for in your Play Store. So just install this application. After installing this application, this icon will come up here, and if you're using Apple mobile or iOS operating system, you have to search it in your App Store. So this is the icon, guys. So just click on it. So guys, before we are going further into our Google Sheets and learning about different things, let me share with you one very important thing. That is, whenever you first sign in through your Gmail, this Google Sheet application, you will be logged in into your account by your first email ID. So if I click here on the right top corner here, you can see I have different email IDs. So maybe you are using only single ID, but if you are using more than one ID, so it is very important from which email ID you are using your Google Sheets. So currently you can see this email ID rabiapandher@gmail.com. It has only one Google Sheet, so that is just I have opened recently. That is why it is showing here. But if I switch to my some other email ID, for example, if I switch to my Malkeet Singh Academy, that is my YouTube channel here, if I click here, you will see that I have different and so many Google Sheets here which I have opened recently, or I have access, or I have created these Google Sheets. So the purpose of me showing you this, that whenever you are using your Google Sheet, make sure you are using the right email ID, and you are using the right email ID to share your sheets links and creating your sheets, because later on it will be a problem for you whenever you created your sheet in different ID and you are giving access from the different ID. So it is kind of a confusing thing, so that I just want to share with you. Now let's learn how to create a Google Sheet. And guys, this video is going to be a long video, so I have divided this video into different timestamps, so you can skip any part that you want. So if you think that this is very basic, so you can switch to any part, like how to wrap text. So I'm going to cover everything here in this video, so you can switch to any part that you like. So first is your how to create a Google Sheet. So here you can see at the bottom there is a big plus icon here. So if I click here, it will give me two options. First is choose template, and second is new spreadsheet. So you can see your spreadsheet is your Google Sheet or your Excel sheet, so it's all the same. So if I click here on the choose template, so it is going to open all the templates that are created by Google. So they are very helpful if you don't want to create your own Google Sheet for something like that. So there are like travel planner, to-do list, monthly budget. So they have created all sorts of templates here that you can use from these list of templates. So purchase orders, project management, education. So if you are working in a school, college, so these attendance and grade book, assignment tracker could be very helpful for you. But here we are creating our own sheets. So for that, so you have to click on plus icon and click on new spreadsheet. So whenever you create your Google Sheet, the very first thing that you have to do is to name it. because whenever you are sharing it to someone through the link or through the email ID or adding the collaborators, commentors, editors and everything, so you have to first name it. For naming Google Sheet, you have to come here at the top right corner. It has 3 dotted buttons, so you have to click here, and here you can see untitled spreadsheet. So I'm naming this sheet, just click on it. I'm naming this sheet, so for example, all departments. So I'm going to create all departments, so click OK. So this is my name of my Google Sheet. So if I click on this back button here, you can see all departments has been named to my this sheet here. So this is your first step whenever you are sharing, because it doesn't look nice if you share to someone this untitled spreadsheet, so it doesn't like mean anything. So again, click on this sheets, so it will again open up this sheet here. So the next thing that guys, I'm going to cover some basic things. So if you are very new to Google Sheet, so a sheet is like a combination of rows and columns, so that is pretty much of it. So there are columns, so these vertical lines are columns. So you have up to Z, so you can see up to Z there are Z columns, but you can add more columns by clicking here, and you can see at the bottom you can see the 2 icons. So just click on if you want to add it to the right, so just click on so AA. So these things keep going on how many columns that you want. Similar things applicable to the rows, so these are rows, so 1 2 3 up to 2000. So you can add as many as rows up to 2000, 3000 I think. So I don't think there is any restriction for adding, but you are not going to need 3000, but you can create multiple sheets for that. Okay, that is pretty much of workbook. So workbook is kind of your bigger thing, and all the worksheets are into your workbook. So for example, this is all department is our workbook, and this all department workbook has different sheets. So this is sheet number 1, and you can add another sheet, so you can have as many sheets that you want in your workbook. So sheet number 2, similarly click on plus, sheet number 3, and so on. So now guys, every Google Sheet has their column headers. So let's first create some column headers here. So for example, you want to add any column header, so you have to come here to the very right top of this left top of, you can say. So this is our first column header. So I'm going to click here in the formula bar, and we are going to cover as many as formulas that we can use in Google Sheet in this video. So first is serial number. So this is your first column head, and maybe you have another serial number. So for example, let's name this sheet here, so that would not be confusing for us. So naming sheet is very easy. So all you have to do is to click here, and it will open up all the settings here: duplicate, delete, rename. So I'm going to click on rename. So for example, I'm creating a Google Sheet for all employees, so all departments or all employees. So click on OK. So here you can see all employees. So this will reduce our confusion. So I'm going to create a all employee sheet, serial number. So you have to just write here, and for example, I want to write first name. So first name, so it is pretty simple as writing the text here, and I have last name. Okay, so this is how you can write, and employee ID. So this is how you can add the column headers quickly as you can. So click on OK. So I have added serial number, first name, last name, employee ID, and similarly you can add, like you want to add the date format. So for example, I'm going to write date of birth. So first thing I want to share with you guys that all these numbers, so first name must be letters, last name must be alphabets, and employee ID is the combination of alphabets and numerics, and date of birth is like date. So you can just click here, select all columns. So you have to click on the top, and you have to come here, click on this A line, like shadow lines here, click here and go to cell. And because I'm showing you that how you can change the format, so like every time you add some number, it will automatically convert it into date or something like that. So date of birth is in date format, so name number format, click here and go to, so there are so many formats here, so I'm going to go to date, and so I have selected this one, but there are more date and time. So for example, you want to write something like this one, so just select that and come to the last part and click OK. So this is the OK button. So whenever like I'm writing some date here, so 26, and so for example 2008, whenever I click OK, it will convert my date into like this format here. So these number formats are pretty like easy. So let's cover one more format, that is, so here you guys, you can see this is the number keypad, and you can anytime convert it to like alphabets and numerics. So just click here, this is the button here. So I'm writing salary here, so salary is in dollars, so select the whole column here and again click on the top here and go to cell. So this is the cell text. So I'm going to cover, guys, just I'm making this headers of this Google Sheet. So number format, because these things are very important, because it is like it give you clarity to your Google Sheet, and it is very helpful for you while adding, like when you are adding date of birth, it must be in this format or any format that you want. So number format, so here now guys, I'm adding the currency, so click on currency. So it is like pounds, so you have more currencies, so like Argentinian pesos, so maybe there are Canadian dollars, Egyptian. So I'm in India, so I'm going to write Indian rupee. So you can see RS in Hindi, so just I'm write Bengali, so maybe this one. Okay, so I have selected this rupees here. So there are so many states in India, so I don't know why they have selected so many. So anyhow, so just come to the like home page, click OK. So now whenever I write any numbers, for example 2000, it will add rupees here. So this is how you can add RS in the front of your salary kind of thing. So you can add dollars, so you can also add dollars here. So just select from the options. So now guys, for example, I want to write 1 here, and this is going to my serial number 2, and now you don't have to write everything all the way up to so many employees. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to autofill that. So I'm going to click on the first cell, I'm going to go to down. So this is kind of employee that I want. Now I'm going to long press here, and here you can see autofill. So I'm going to autofill that. So here you can see guys, this is going to autofill all the numbers. Click OK. Similarly, I will add some first name, last name, and employee IDs. We can also do the autofill. So for example, first employee is EMP101, and I'm going to select at the bottom, and I'm going to click on long press autofill. So this is going to autofill that. Click OK. So similarly thing, we can go to the date. So date in increasing order, so autofill. So you can see they have increased the date by 1 day. So 25th June 2008, 26th June 2008 up to 20th July. So this is a random salary. So same thing applicable to salary. So this autofill is a quite a, you can say, helpful thing for you when you are dealing with long data and so many employees or so many students. So click on autofill. To save some times guys, I'm going to complete this sheet. So first name, last name, and we are going to cover other things in this Google Sheet application. So guys, I have completed this Google Sheet. So I have added first name, last name, and I have also added some additional column heads like date of joining, department, age, reviews, and company growth, like some values that like to add a column chart here. So that also we are going to cover in this video. On purpose I have added some this text here, first name and last name. So let's delete this. To delete, you have to select all the cells here, so just select it and now long press with your finger or your thumb. So whenever you long press, you will get these kind of options: cut, copy, paste. So you can cut it, copy it, or paste it, or paste special. So we will cover it later. So I don't want to this text, this first name and last name in my sheet, so I'm going to click on clear, so it will be cleared out. And whenever you do perform any function, you just click OK here. You can see on the left right corner, just click OK. So maybe this is all. I don't want to do any further, and I want to share this sheet to someone. So to share the sheet, you have this option. You can see a person with a plus icon here. You can either click here, or you can click on this three-dotted button. You can also share this, like you have this option, share and export. So you can do the sharing part from any of these options. So for example, I click here on this person icon here. So click here. So this is the first option. Either you can go by emails. So for example, I want to send this Google Sheet to me, Jaskir Singh, and maybe I want to share with this one, Milky Singh 8011. This is my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you are finding this video helpful. So do subscribe to my channel. So now here at the bottom, guys, you can see an option, a drop down list here. So editor, commenter, and viewer. So it is pretty explaining itself here. Viewer means they can view your sheet, don't have access to edit it. Commenter can make comments on your sheet, and editor has a full access of your Google Sheet. So it depends on your requirement, that whom you are sending your Google Sheet, whether you want to only view purpose or commenter or editor. So for example, I want make them editor, and here add a message. You just write a message like, hello, this is all department. You can also write a long message kind of email. So hello, this is all employees Google Sheet. So this is not sheet, this is a sheet. Okay, just press the send button. Or if you want some other settings, like if you can click here, three-dotted button. So who has access, don't notify people, you can select that. So Google is not going to notify them, both these two persons. So just click on send, and this Google Sheet link will be shared with these two persons only. And the next thing is that, what if you want to share as a link? So for sharing the Google Sheet as a link, you have just to come here at the left bottom here. You can see a R icon. Just click here. Now you can see on the top, these two persons have the editor authorization. So I want to send a link to someone, to WhatsApp, to Facebook, or any social messenger. So in order to send a link, you have to click on this restricted here. Just click on this change button. Now you can see only people added can open. Just click on it. So you can change it to anyone with the link. Just click on it. Now it is going to change your permissions. Now again, you have this viewer, commenter, and editor. Like whom you want to send this link, they can edit, view, or comment. So maybe I want them to editor. So it is updating. Now just copy this link. You can see a copy type of icon here. Just click on copy. Now you can see link copy to clipboard. And now if I open my notes here, so if I paste it here, so here you can see this is the link. So if I can select it, copy it, and I can message it. So if I want to message it to someone, I can message it, or I can go to WhatsApp and send it to someone else. This is how you can share your Google Sheet. After learning about how to share and send a link of Google Sheet to someone, let's cover the next part. Is that, as you can see here, this Google Sheet is quite boring and it doesn't have any appeal, you can see. So to change the formatting, you can click anywhere on the sheet. For example, if I click here in any cell, you can click here, there, anywhere you want. So now for all the formatting of your Google Sheet, always come here in the formatting. So here you can see on the top that A has a shadow kind of thing, so that means formatting. So click here. So whenever you click here, you always come here to the cell, and here you can see the alternating colors. So if I click here, I will get so many options for my Google Sheet. So here you can see guys, AK to K27. So this is the range. A1 is my cell number, this, and if I go to my K here, so K27 is the last cell of this whole Google Sheet. So for example, I want to color it like this screen doesn't look, so maybe this one or this one, or you can go to custom if you want custom colors. So maybe this green one is look okay here. So just click on this, and now you can see your Google Sheet has some good colors, so that you can use it and send it to someone. And other things that I want to share guys, what if you want to bold your icons? So you can, anytime you come here, select the whole sheet, or if you don't want to select the whole sheet, just select the first row and click on B here at the bottom. You can see it will bold your icon. And if you want to change the color of your text, so it's basic things that how you can change. So maybe I want it white, and you can always come to custom and you can use any color. So just click on OK. So this is all. Now I want to change the background of this sheet. For example, I want to change the color. So the whole row is selected, and I want to make it like black. So black is good here. So okay. So this is how you can change the colors of your text and make it bold. So there are a lot of options in that. Here you can see. So now it is looking good. And other thing I want to cover, that what if you want to add the border in all this sheet, so it will differentiate all the cells. So just select it and just keep going to the left. So this is our last cell here. So whenever you select all these cells by clicking on it, you will get this option here, you can see at the bottom. So just click here, and what kind of border that you want. So maybe all borders, maybe only outline, maybe inside border. So there are a lot of options, and border style, maybe thick line, maybe medium thick, or with the smallest one. And you can also change the color, maybe yellow, this one. So any color that you want, you can add here. So black is look good here. Okay, so this is how you can add the border to your sheet. So whenever you're done, just click OK, and you will get the look of your Google Sheet. So now it look kind of professional, we can say. So now anytime if you want to make undo or redo, so there are always two buttons here. So you can see undo, this is for undo, and this is for redo. Okay, so the next thing I want to cover guys is how to add or rename your Google Sheets here. So these are the sheets, you can see all employees. So whenever you click here, you will get this options here, like you want to duplicate it, delete it, rename it. So maybe I want to rename it, so click on it and you can always rename it. So I'm writing here company employees, so that will be my sheet here, and it will be automatically shared with people. So it will be automatically changed whenever they open it. So that is how, because you are the owner of this Google Sheet. Double click here, and I can rename it, hide it, and tab color. So if I make it some color, I can come here and change the color of it. So this is how you can see at the bottom it is a dark blue color has been set here. And this button here guys, if you click here, you will get the list of all the sheets that is added into your this Google Sheet. So what is the name of this Google Sheet? The name of this Google Sheet is all department. Okay, so what if I want to duplicate it? So just click here, click on duplicate, and it will duplicate it, and you can rename it. Just click on rename. So maybe I want to rename it something like HR department. So HR employees, click OK, because we are going to cover that. So anytime you want to rename and delete, so just click on it and delete it. So it will ask you your permission, delete, and I want to delete that, click on delete. Okay, so I want to change the color because this is a different tab, so maybe yellow. Okay, so all good is here. So company employees, HR employees. So the next thing that I want to cover with you guys is to how to find and replace in Google Sheet. So anytime that you want to find and replace something in your Google Sheet, it is very easy to do that. For example, I want to change the name of Jones here. So there are so many Jones here. So for example, to find and replace, click on this three-dotted button and click on find and replace. So here I want to find Jones. So this is going to find Jones here. So replace with, so maybe I'm writing Johnny. So Johnny, replace or replace all. So I'm clicking on all. So this is going to replace all the Jones into Johnny. Okay, this is how you can find and replace. The next thing that we are going to cover is how to freeze your columns and rows. So there are two methods, guys, if you want to freeze your rows and columns. So freezing rows and columns are quite useful whenever you are dealing with long sheet. So this sheet is also quite a long here. You can see if I drag to the right here, I will miss out all my first names and last name. So what if I want to compare my first name to the department or maybe age? I want to see the age here. So in order to freeze your columns, so the first option, like first method you can use is to click on the sheet itself, and if you scroll a little bit down here, you will see two options: freeze columns. So I want to freeze the second column, up to the second column, or maybe up to the first column. So this is going to freeze my sheet here. So you can see the first column is freezed, but I want two columns to be freezed. So now if I select it here, just put it here, now I can move to my anything here like age. Okay, so you can see the age, compare the age, or maybe the department. Similarly, I can move my freeze my rows. So first row I want to freeze, or maybe the second row. Okay, so now I can do the two things. I can move right and left. I can also go up and down. Okay, maybe this one I want to see. So this is how you can freeze your columns. So this is the method number one, and you can always come here and do the undo. Okay, so maybe one more. Okay, so now what if I want to freeze by second method? Just select it, select the whole row, long press, and click on this three-dotted button, and here come down the bottom, you can see the freeze option. So this is going to freeze my first name. Click OK. So guys, see, it is the same method, same things you are doing by differently. So unfreezing is simple. All you have to do is to click here, or you can always click long press. So long pressing, click on three-dotted button and just click on unfreeze. So this is going to unfreeze that, and maybe you can always come here and like set it to 0, and it will unfreeze your sheet. So the next thing that we are going to cover is to how to clear all the formatting from your Google Sheet. So maybe somehow you don't like all the text and color, and you want to clear all the formatting, all the colors and bolding and all that. So in order to do that, you have to select all the sheet. So just click on this button here, not back press here. So this is the button. So it is going to select the whole sheet, and after that you have to click on this A here, shadow type of button here, and you have to scroll down, and you can see in the text option you can see the clear formatting. So just click on it, and it will clear all the formatting in your Google Sheet, and it will make it like a basic sheet. And now if you want to change the formatting again, just click on this A here and go to cell, and you can see this option here, alternating colors. So just select any color that you want. So maybe this one looks very appealing to me. Click OK. So see guys, this is how you can change your formatting anytime you like. Now we will learn about how to wrap text in your Google Sheet. So whenever you're creating sheets, you will come across this option, wrap text, that your one text is like hiding itself from the other text. So you can see here in the reviews, this text is a quite a long one. And one thing more guys, whenever you click here on the like column here, you will see this double kind of option here. So if you click here, it will like expand your sheet just like Excel, if you are familiar with Excels. So here you can see this text is quite long here, and I don't want to make it to the other cells. So you can see it is covering my whole sheet here. So what you can do guys, you can wrap it. So in order to wrap it, just click on it, and after clicking on it, you have to go to your format settings, click on this A button and go to cells, because this is a cell setting. And here you can see the wrap text. Just click on it and it will wrap your cell, and after that click OK. So now it is working or not. So you can come here and decrease the size of your cell by like doing that. Here you can see. So this is how you can wrap your text in your Google Sheet. So maybe you are creating a sheet for like daily homework, or maybe daily report to someone, your boss. So this wrap text is like a really helpful tool for you. So let me undo that. So let's undo. Okay, so because we are going to move forward to our next topic, is our conditional formatting. So conditional formatting, it's a really great thing if you apply on your sheet. So conditional formatting is like you're creating a filter, so but it is different because you can conditionally format your sheet. So for example, I want to conditionally format my department column here. So I will select it. So selecting by just clicking on it and just drag your this selection tool here. Okay, so only that part. Now for adding a conditional format, you have come to this conditional option here. So just click on it and you have to apply your conditioning in your cell. So here you can see the conditional formatting. So just click on it. So in conditional formatting guys, you can format cells if they are not empty, if the text contains, if the text does not contain. So there are so many options. You can also create your custom formula. So for example, I want to conditionally format my text that contains like HR. So I'm going to click HR, and which color I want to give, maybe yellow, or maybe custom color. So maybe I want to give it like the red color. So click save and click on OK. So now guys, you can see what does this conditional formatting does. It like highlight all the HR and give it a yellow color here. Similarly, you can apply the other formatting, so it will like stand out in your sheet if you want to look at some values. So for example, I want to conditionally format this marketing or maybe sales. So sales, so I want to add a new rule so it's not empty. So this is the range guys, H2 to H27, but you can select any range that you want. H2 is your cell number and H27 is the other cell number. So the text contains maybe sales, and this time I want to make it like purple, this green color. Click on save and click on OK. So now we have applied two conditional formatting in our sheet. So sales are green and marketing and HR in yellow. So this is guys, you can add your conditional formatting in any column you want. So guys, the next thing that we are going to cover is our data validation. So for data validation is like let me add a new column here. So I have added an email IDs here. So I want to validate the data of these email IDs. So on purpose I have added some wrong email ID, some text here. So maybe I want to validate all the email IDs of all these persons. So I'm going to drag here to the bottom, so like at the last 30. So I have added some correct email IDs and wrong email IDs. So I want to validate them. So this is the column here, or you can select the whole column by just clicking on it. So it will select the whole column. Just click on the L on the top. So click on this three dotted button, and here you can see the data validation. So click on it. So you can see this applies to the company employees from L to L. L to L means the whole column. You can also select like you want like L2 to L30. So that can like from L2 cell to L30. So list of items. So tick box text contains is a valid email ID. So I want to check, is it a valid email ID? Show warning. So it is going to show us the warning. So reject input, it will delete the option. So validation help text. So if you want that, so just disable it, click on save. So when I click on OK, so you can see all the email IDs which are correct, so they does not affect this data validation. But for you can see this Jaskirat, so this is my name. So you can, if you click here, it will say the cell's contents violates its validation rule. So you can apply validation to anything or anywhere in your Google Sheet. So all the text or names are not valid email IDs. So this is how you can check the validation of your data that you are entering in your Google Sheet. So moving forward to our next topic is our how to rotate your text inside your sheet. So here you can see I have these numbers in vertical order, but if I want to make them horizontal, so let me just click on redo here. So I have just performed these actions. So for example guys, this John is in horizontal and I want to make it vertical. So in order to do that, you have to select it and click on this A shadow kind of button here, and here at the bottom you can see text rotation. So click on it, and here you can see tilt up, tilt down, stack vertically, rotate up, rotate down. So for example, I want to rotate it down. So this is how guys you can see our text has been rotated. So similarly you can apply into different cells, or you can select as many else cells and click on this button here and rotate your text to the down. So this is how you can rotate your text in your Google Sheets. So moving forward to our next topic is how to hide a column or a row in your sheet. So for example guys, I want to hide my salary column here. So I have to select the whole column and long press here, click on this three dot lines here, three dotted button, and here you will find the hide column option. So click on it and it will hide your column. So salary column has been hidden here. So to unhide it, so you have to come here. You can see two buttons here, left and right. So just click on this right or left, it will unhide your column that you have just hidden. So this is how you can hide or unhide a column. So coming to our next topic guys, that is how to add multiple rows and multiple columns. So adding multiple rows and multiple columns are very easy. So first we will learn how to add single row and single column. So for adding single row, you have to click the row here, and here at the bottom you can see you have two options. Either you want to add a row just below it. So if I click here, it will add a row just below it. For example, I want to add a row above it, so I have to select the row and click on this icon here. You can see, so it will add a row just above it. Similar thing applicable to your columns. So for example, I want to add a column here just left to this employee ID. So here same icons guys. So just click on this icon here, it will add a column to the left, and if I click here and I want to add a column to the right, so just click here and it will add a column. And what if you want to add multiple rows and multiple columns? So you have to just click here and just, you can see the point kind of thing here, just select as many as columns you want. So I have selected this one. Now if you click here, it will only single row and single column. So I'm going to click on this plus for adding multiple rows. So here you can see insert 4 columns to the left. So it depends upon how many columns you have selected here, and depending upon that they will add more columns to left or right. So for example, I want to add 4 columns to the left. Just click on it and you can see guys, 4 new columns are being added here to the left of this sheet. So this is how you can add multiple columns, multiple rows, single column, single row. The next topic is that how you can add a comment and how you can share a link to someone of your comment. So comment are like you have missed something and you want to add later on in your Excel sheet. For example, I'm going to add a comment here below the Sam here. So adding comments are very easy. All you have to do is to click on this cell and click on this icon here, you can see at the top. Click on it. Here you can see no comments in this document and you can add a comment. So just click on plus and here you can see comments. So just click on comment. Now you can add a comment here. Here I will add the money. So money. Okay, so just click on send. So it is going to add a comment. So you can add a reply, or you can also tag or get a shareable link in your for that. So comment link, copy to the clipboard and you can share it to someone. Now nothing has happened to your Google Sheet, but here you can see a comment option has been added and you can always come here and click on view comment. So here I will add the money. So it is very helpful whenever you are creating complex Google Sheets. So you can also come here and click on this comment option and it will show you all the comments that you have created in your Google Sheet. So this is quite a very useful tool for adding comments and later on resolving that. You can also share to someone who has access or who has only the Commentor. So moving forward, let's learn about the most important things that you are going to need in Google Sheets, that is adding formulas and function. So before adding formulas and function into our this Google Sheet here, let me cover some basic things like how to add a chart or how to add a image in your Google Sheet. So for adding an image, it's pretty easy where you want to add. So for example, I want to add an image here. So I'm going to click here. So I want to add the image here and click on this plus icon. And here you can see image option. So just click on it and here where you want to insert the image, inside the cell or over the cells. So inside the cell means it is going to, the image is going to be inside the cell, and over the cells it's like you can move the image around the cells, so that is not going to change the format of your Google Sheet. So I'm going to add over the cells. For that I'm going to click on from photos. So it is going to open my photos folder here. So for example, I want to open this image here. So this is the image, and I can also like reduce the size of this image and move it here and there. So this is the very useful when you use the option for hovering or over the cells, because if you use the inside the cell, so it is going to expand and change the formatting of your Google Sheet. Adding images are great when you are making interactive Google Sheets just for like kids or something like that, guys. So to delete this image, just click on it and click on delete. So it is going to delete. So click on OK here. So now let me copy some values here. So I'm going to click on here and click on paste. So these are the values, and by using these values I'm going to add a chart. So let me select the whole values again here. To adding a chart, you have to click on the plus icon, you can see here, click on it and it will open up these options here. So click on this chart, and it will automatically add a default chart which really suits these values here. But you can change the type of chart, like line chart, area chart, column chart. So whichever chart that you want to convert, you can do that. You can also make it pie chart. So this is the best chart Google is recommending to us. And after that you have to click on OK, and you can also edit some things like in your chart, like legends. So you can make it left or top. So legends are like values, and titles. So chart title, on what would be the chart title. And you can also change the color of your chart. So maybe yellow, you do not like yellow, maybe red, green. So you can also do that. Okay, so that is pretty much of a chart. You just need a value, and you can insert a chart. It will automatically add your chart value. So for deleting the chart, just click on delete, or move. You can move to own sheet. So I'm going to click on delete chart here. So after adding chart, let's learn about how to use functions and formulas in Google Sheet. Using functions and formulas are same as if you are using in Excel. So for example, I want to add, so I'm going to write add here. So let me click on A. So add, subtract, so subtraction, subtract, or maybe multiply. So multiply, multiplication, and division. Okay, so I'm going to do the formulas for adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So here, for example, I want to add. So you have to click here in the formula bar and click on equal to. So this is the sign for adding a formula. After that, you have to select the cell. For example, I want to add north and south. So I have selected the B30. So B30 is the cell number, and I'm going to select the next is my south, that is B31. Okay, after adding all the cells, just click on OK, and it will add the numbers. So you can add as many as cells that you want, or any cells. For example, I want to add this one, so D32, so it is going to add. Similar thing happens with the subtraction. So you have to put the equal to sign. So equal to sign, any numbers, so 20. So you have to put the subtraction sign, and then another cell C32, click on OK, and it will subtract. And similarly for multiplication, equal to sign and cell number, so 50 into, so this is the subtract multiplication sign. Click on this one and click OK, so it will multiply. Similarly, you can divide, and you can do all sorts of things in by applying the formulas. So I want to divide 50, so divide icon is this one, so / click OK. So this is the formulas that you really use in your. Now if I talk about the sum, so sum is like if you want to add all the numbers. So here in our sheet here we have this salary, and I want to add all the salaries here. So first, if you apply any formula and you don't know what formula you have to apply, you can always come here in the FX and you can search here for your formula. So I'm searching for sum. So there are so many sums, so I'm going to select this one here. So it is saying that value 1 up to 2, and if you are really confused about how to apply it, just click on it and it will show you an example that this is how you can add, or you can learn about more about some formula. So let me add the values here. So my value 1 is 20,000, and I'm going to add, just scroll down to the bottom here up to the 70,000, and now I'm going to just click on OK. So here you can see we got the total of this whole column here, and we have applied the formulas. And you can always copy this value. For example, I want to copy, so copy. And now guys, I'm gonna cover the space special. So paste special is like whenever you don't want to copy. For example guys, if I copy and paste it, it is going to copy the formula. So here you can see that it has copied the formula here. But if I want to only the value, so I'm going to go for the paste special. So here in the paste special, the paste values only, paste format only, all expect borders, column widths only. So there are so many options. So the most frequently used is the paste values only. So I'm going to click on paste values only. So why it is converting? Because I am pasting it in the date format, and we have formatted this whole column in the date format. That is why it is converting the date into something like that. But if I paste here, but we are going to paste the value here. So paste value only. So here you can see, so this is the value and this is the function, this is the value. Okay, this is how a function works and paste special works in your sheet. So next thing that we are going to cover some more function. So for example, I want to find out the maximum value out of these numbers. So I'm going to go here in the effects and click on max function. So applying functions are very easy, and it will give you quick access to your sheet, and you can easily evaluate all your data in your Google Sheet. So this is the max function. So max function, how you can apply it, all you have to do is to select the range of the values. So for example, I want to find out the maximum value out of all these numbers. So F1 up to F2 to F27, and learn more about it. So here it is saying that first you have to select the values, and then you have to put the values which you want the maximum. So I have selected the value here, so let me cross that. So let me cross that here, and now I'm going to put that, and I'm going to write 70,000. So maybe not 70,000, 60,000. So here you can see the maximum value out of all these numbers is 70,000. Okay, similarly you can apply the minimum formula. So just search for min. So this is the minimum formula. So you have to provide the value, and you can learn more about this value. So I'm going to select first all the values here, starting from this to this one, and I'm going to put my like 20, so not the 20,000, maybe 30,000. So it is going to show me all the values that are below 30,000. The next is the join function that you are going to need in your Google Sheet. So for example, I want to join this first name and last name, adding a space. So for that you have to apply the join function. So join function, click on join. So it is saying the delimiter, so you can learn more about it. So put the delimiter and the next value. So I'm going to put the delimiter here, so double quotation and comma. So double quotation, you can put a space here, and now select this first cell. So Jones is the first cell, and second is my Singh. So if I press OK here, what it is going to do, it is going to combine my first name and last name together, and I can copy and paste this formula as many as rows I want. So here you have to drag that and click on autofill. So to click on three dotted button, click on autofill. So here you can see it has updated all the sheets, all the names, and joined them and put a space between first and the last name. So guys, the problem with the function is that there are thousands and thousands of functions in Google Sheet. So I cannot cover all of that in this video, but on your request, if you want some special function that you want to learn in your Google Sheet in mobile, you can put the comment box. I will definitely make a video on that. So there are so many functions like text, web, so these cannot be covered in a single video. So these are the functions and formulas that you mostly use in your Google Sheet. So coming to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you some additional settings that you can do in your Google Sheet. So first of all, you have to click on this three dotted button, and here you can see the option for share and export. So if you click here, you will get these kind of options. For example, you want to manage people and links, whom you have shared your Google Sheet, you can remove them here. So if you click here, it will show you the list of people who have accessed this Google Sheet. So I'm going to click on this one, and you can remove here. If you click on this remove button, it is going to remove the people from your Google Sheet access. So it is updating. So here you can see person is removed. The next thing is that if you again click on three dotted button and go to share and export. Now what if you want to save this Google Sheet in different format? So you have this Excel, PDF, open document, and so many formats here. So for example, I want to save it in the Excel format. I'm going to select the Excel and click OK. So what this Google Sheet is going to do, it is going to convert my Google Sheet into Excel format. So here you can see now it is Excel format. I can use in my Excel software, Microsoft Excel. So okay guys, and it is also going to save into your Google Sheet folder itself. So here you can see all departments.xlsx. So this is quite a thing that you want to convert your Google Sheet, and you can also download it. If I click on download, and you can also convert into Google Sheet again you want. Okay, so you can download and share to someone else. And the last thing that I want to cover is, like, if you click on this three lines here, you will get these options. So if you click here, you will get all the sheets that are shared with you by someone else. And if you click on start, so maybe you have started your Google Sheet. So doing the start thing is quite easy. All you have to do is click on this three dotted button and click on add to start. So a star is going to put here on the Google Sheet, and if you click on three lines here, and you can click on this start, you can see your Google Sheet that you have done the start thing here. And again I'm going to click on three offline files. If you want to make offline files, you can also do that here in Google Sheet. So all you have to do is to click on three dotted button, and here you can see the option for, so here it is not, but you have to open this Google Sheet, click on three dotted button, and here you can see available offline. So you can turn it off or turn it on. So offline means you can use this Google Sheet without the help of internet. And last we have bin. So whenever you delete any file, it comes here to the bin here, and you can restore your file, delete it forever. So you can do all sorts of things here in Google Sheet. Now guys, we are going to learn about how to create filter, applying filter in your Google Sheet using your mobile application. So here you can see I have different column names and headers. So you can see here. So for example, I want to apply my filter on this department column. So all you have to do is to select the whole column here, and now click on this three dotted button here, you can see, and now click on create a filter. So when you click on create a filter, you can see a filter kind of icon going to appear on your column and the top of your column. So you have to click here, you can see. So let me zoom a little bit here. So this is the icon. So you have to just click on it. So when you click on it, on this icon here that says lines in it here, so here you can see sort and filter A to Z, Z to A. So this is going to sort your Google Sheet. So for example, I want to sort through A to Z here. I want to click here, and it is going to sort all my sheet here. Okay, filter by color. So I have some colors in my column here, so I can filter them by yellow. So it is going to show only me the yellow lines, yellow color cells here. Or I can select my own filters. For example, I have accounts, HR, manager. So what if I want to see only the sales? So this is same as your conditional formatting, because you are formatting, but it is going to sort your sheet, and you can later on copy that values and paste it in another sheet. So here you can see these are all the values inside the column. So I'm going to click on clear. So for example, I want to see only the marketing employees. So here you can see our sheet has been cleared out because we have not selected any values. So for example, I want to see only the marketing guys here. So here you can see, so if I click on close here, Now it is showing me only the marketing employees and their IDs, their salaries, age, and etc. So what I'm gonna do here, so let me zoom in a little bit here. So I'm gonna copy this all sheet here. So I'm gonna scroll down, scroll to the right, scroll. Okay, so this is the last column here. So I'm gonna click on copy. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to click on OK. Now I'm gonna click on this plus icon here, guys, because I'm going to paste it in the mark. So we have copied marketing, guys. I'm going to click on plus, and I'm going to rename it, this sheet, rename it as market, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna paste this values that I have just copied here. So now here you have to click on the top cell here, and I have created this sheet, you can see market, guys, and now I'm going to paste it here. So click on paste, or you can also paste special if you want only the values or format only. So all sorts of options are here. So I'm going to click on paste. So here you can see, guys, we have copied the market, guys, by creating a filter on our company employees. Now we're gonna cover that how you can remove this filter. So we have applied this filter on the department. So select this cell again and click on this three dotted button, and here you can see remove filter. So just click on it, it is going to remove your filter, and click on OK. So this is how you can apply filters. So filters are very great when you are dealing, you want to create new sheets, so you can always come here and apply the filter. So it is going to give you full access to your Google Sheet. So applying filters. Okay, guys, so guys, I try to cover every topic in this Google Sheet. So maybe somehow I missed some topics, but you can write the comment in the comment box that you want to cover certain topics in Google Sheet. I will definitely cover. And thanks a lot for watching this video. See you soon, guys, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye bye.